Hey guys, welcome to Bloated, the Jwebby podcast where we talk about food, gym, and everything in between. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to keep up to date with all my antics on my social media channels. Search Jwebby Can Eat across all platforms.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in action. Jwebby, how are you, man?
Look, firstly, I'm a little upset that we're leaving Adana so soon,
Me too.
but it's 7:15 in the morning. It's pitch black dark. I've had 2 energy drinks. We skipped the gym.
That's a big commitment right there.
Well, on Sundays, for whatever reason in Turkey, gyms don't open till midday, so we don't have a choice. We have a 7.5, almost 8-hour drive, so we'll work it out.
Another one. So wait.
Another one.
Let's reverse back and just let everyone catch up on what we've been doing for the last 24 hours in Adana. We drove for about 7 hours from Antalya to Adana.
Yes.
We got to Adana. Walk us through what happened.
Firstly, replay.
Okay.
Before that, last week, Danny wanted to go on his little escapade.
Hey, bro, you got to stop putting dirt on my escapade.
It's not dirt, it's cute.
It was
It's
the best
cute.
thing ever,
It's
man.
cute. Daddy wanted a day trip. That's cool. It's like a day spa. Got his nails done and whatever.
Shut up.
Whilst I'm doing what I do, I got a very random message from it's called Tostu Mamut. It's like a toasted sandwich in westernized words, shop. And he's like, I'm in Adana. You should come. And I'm like, all right, like cool. Like I'm not going to Adana because it's like so far away. We're in Antalya, whatever. Obviously, then the events played out over the next couple of days, like with, politics and restaurants cancelling and whatnot. And Danny was G'd after his day spa, and we're like, let's go to Adana. So we literally got in the car, headed to Adana, and I messaged the Tostu Mamut page back, and I said, listen, we'll be there around 6 p.m. He's like, brilliant. I'll bring media. I'll bring my friends. See you then. I'm like, okay. All right. Fast forward. We're driving to Adana yesterday. It's like a 7-hour drive through the mountains. We spent 3 hours weaving through mountains.
Yeah, man.
By the way, Turks don't know how to stay in their lane. Crazy. But we got to Adana. We actually got there early because we had a good run and I miscalculated the time. So we got there 3 o'clock. Booked the hotel. I messaged the Tostu Mamut page. And I said, listen, we're here early. Would you like to do the challenge early? And he's like, yeah, 4 p.m. works for me, which was 30 minutes time. So we got changed, walked down there.
Yeah.
I'm expecting, he's going to put a sandwich on the table and I'm going to eat it as quick as I can. Little did I know, this shop, the people that own this shop, they're a little bit next level. I rock up there. There's someone called Ajit, who is obviously the owner's friend, who's a big eater.
Yeah.
There was all these people with tripods, cameras, even a couple of young kids. Turns out they all work there.
And news reporters.
Yeah. And it was actually a competition and an event. And we turned up, introduced ourselves, and we get ushered upstairs to this little room. And it's a sandwich shop. A Turkish sandwich shop. We walk up these stairs. By the way, the stairs are old school, marble style stairs. Through a couple of doorways, and there's little gangster hangout back office room, full Mr. Burns style, getting treated to tea, water, whatever you want. And then it's time for the challenge.
Time for the action. So Jwebby, when he walks around in this shop, I'm filming him around, and what I can tell you is a lot of people are just amazed before he even starts. But when he starts the challenge, the ruckus starts. And walk us through the challenge, bro. What was it made? What did it consist of? How many people were around you? What did it feel like?
Right, so firstly when I got there, when I walked down the stairs, I was setting up my tripod, and turns out it was a head-to-head race with me and Ajit. And it became literally a full-blown competition. We both sat down, took some photos. I didn't really know what to expect. I knew it was going to be a chili toasted sandwich, but I didn't know what to expect. Anyway, they're bringing out 2 trays of 10 sandwiches. So it's a chili toast, they call it. Basically, it's, this chili powder, wow, something else. Chili powder, tomatoes, onions, eggs, cheese, all mixed together, but predominantly chili powder. Anyway, so they brought the sandwiches out and we did photos like we normally do. But it was so loud in there. Everyone was like happy and crazy. And then the owner, he is very, outgoing, loves to G it up. And he was getting really involved, taking photos with us, doing it all. And then the challenge started. So it was 10 minutes. How many toasts can you eat in 10 minutes? I managed to eat all 10. But me being me, I'm just eating. I'm doing my thing. I looked next to me after 10 minutes and Ajit had eaten like 1.5 sandwiches. So everyone was like amazed and like screaming, yelling, clapping. And then it was like a media frenzy. Like I had a translator, I was getting interviewed.
Crazy.
People crowding around. It was cool.
It was crazy. All I'm gonna say is that chili was real chili. It was real dry, and you just had to stand next to the sandwich, and you could, when you smell it, you actually the chili would go through your nose, and you just feel the heat. So I don't know how he did it so comfortably as well that even the owner was like, and the owner's a very strong guy. He was like, "Oh my god, this guy's crazy." He knew how Jay could push the limits. But the best thing is that we felt very at home here. I think they made us feel like we were obviously, superstars, or Jwebby is at least, and it was very, very nice experience, I'd say.
It was a great experience, even after the competition. So after all the media stuff was done and everything like this, again, ushered us upstairs to a little secret hideout. Gave us tea.
Yeah.
They made Danny some lunch. Danny had one toast. Well, he had a bite or 2 bites of one toast.
2 bites and I was done.
Had some Aaron. And then they bring out the shisha. And we're talking. Before you know it, a couple of hours gone past. There's like 10 of us in this room. Danny's acting like Tony Soprano. Swinging on the big chairs, acting mad, smoking a shisha. It's like instead of having like the Tony Soprano cigar, he's just got the shisha like a full Arab. Suitable. And we're just having laughs. And then, it was obviously, I won, so I was entitled to my prize. The prize was actually $500. Now, when I came to this challenge, I didn't really question the prize because I just we have nothing else to do. We may as well hit Adana, whatever. This turns out to be one of the best decisions of the whole trip. So the prize was $500 Australian. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're sitting in this room and one of the friends takes off for like 40 minutes. He came back and look, obviously in Turkey, how things work, there's hierarchy is a thing. So he went to the boss man, and the tone just changed. He got all serious on us. And then he apologized to me. I'm like, and we're doing Google Translate, by the way, so it's a bit lost in translation, a bit of fun. But he's saying, I'm sorry. I'm like, brother, what are you sorry for? Like, you've been gone for 45 minutes. He's like, I couldn't find currency. And I'm like, okay, thinking, brother, like, go to the cash register, like, go to your fucking till and get my money. Anyway, he's been searching for Australian dollars, somewhere to get Aussie dollars in Adana. And I'm like, oh my God, we started having a laugh. I'm like, brother, don't even sweat it. Like, give me Turkish lira, it's cool. Anyway, next minute they whip out this little cash box. Don't even know where this came from. Gave me whatever, 6,000 or 7,000 Turkish lira, whatever it was. And then they said, you like sweets? Come with us tonight. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Got invited to some dessert, but it was so random. Like, they just invited us out. He's like, my friend has sweet shop like this. I'm like, okay, how about 9 o'clock? He's like, beautiful. So then we kind of took a few more photos, went to part ways.
Yeah. Once
we got downstairs, man, it was like a media frenzy again with all the kids. All the staff, all the kids, photos. We were there for like another half an hour at least.
Man, there was so many photos being taken. The whole shop stopped. Even people just around were just coming through, showing love. It was such a good experience.
And Adana, the people in Adana are next level.
They're so nice.
Even the kids on the street, remember?
Yeah. Oh, we walked out of the shop and we were on our way home. And obviously, like, we got to recoup. We just, Jwebby's just done a big challenge. And we were walking. All of a sudden, these little kids, hey, I saw you on TikTok. And they were shy at first, but, photos were being taken and whatnot. But look, let's move on. Let's tell everyone what happened after, which it just became a heaps better experience in Turkey in general, man. He just kept leveling up.
Yes.
What happened? Where
So
did we go?
one person I know, a friend of mine from Sydney, he's Turkish. His sister actually lives in Adana, and she wanted to organize dinner for us. So she sent me the place for dinner. I looked at it, as you do. You look it up on Instagram, and it's called Chihanga. And I'm like, wow, they have like 370,000 followers. They're really big on Instagram. Like, you look at their page, it's immaculate. Yeah, they spend big money on marketing, obviously, and I can appreciate that. I'm like, let's do it. So we turn up. By the way, I don't know who we're meeting. I actually didn't even know her name at the time. It was through messages with my friend, and I didn't know who I was looking for, whatever. We rock up. At the front door, there's 3 men. And we're just looking blankly because I'm like, oh crap, what do we do? They come up to me, introduce themselves to us. And we're like, oh, we're from Australia. They're like, we know. I'm like, huh? Anyway, we get ushered in, take a few photos. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then we sit down at this table, and obviously I meet my friend's sister, we chat, introduce ourselves, and then the full experience started. We got the banquet, we got the works. We were like the center of attention of the whole restaurant. Like a big restaurant. Like, it's crazy. The way they treated us. The food was immaculate. Turkish barbecue. Danny's favorite, Adana.
Love.
And they brought out this thing with a fire in the middle of it. Liquid nitrogen. Man, it was crazy.
Such a good experience, man.
Yeah, we're there for like a couple of hours. And they're taking photos, taking videos of us. The owner came and fed me a lamb chop, like, as a bit of a joke. Like, they were really cool. And man, the whole restaurant's like looking at us. Like, who are these people?
Like, it's a show. Just, guys, just to put it in perspective, everywhere you go that they show respect to you, they show it in such a showy type of way, which is not boastful, but more humble and fun experience, actually. So, I can see how some people may look at it like on social media, oh, well, they just show offs. No, they're showing it in love, and it means a lot when you're sitting there and you've got the top chef who's been on TV in Turkey, giving you and feeding you lamb chops and sprinkling, the chili on top or the salt or whatnot. It's a very surreal feeling.
It was a good feeling. It was fun. It was a fun night. Good food, and the way they treated two random foreigners was unbelievable.
Would you say that's your top, in your top 5 places that you've been?
100%. Not only because of the food. The food was crazy. Food was crazy, crazy good. The people were unbelievably nice. But not only that, the caliber of restaurant we were at, even in Sydney, you don't get that kind of treatment. Even in our hometown, right?
The most expensive restaurant in Sydney is so boring compared to, and so not tasteful.
Yeah.
Compared to what we're not generous.
Yeah.
Compared to what we just
and like
had.
the owner came up to us, 10 times?
Yeah.
Do you need anything? Can I get you another Pepsi Max? Do you want more food? We're like stuffed to the brim. Do you want more food? Brother, thank you. We're good.
That was amazing. And then where did we go? We went to check out some intestines.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it. I was too full. I was too happy. I really enjoyed dinner. I was very happy. I didn't want to ruin it by eating some intestines. I've never had intestines, but like, I didn't need food. I wasn't hungry. I was like satisfied. I didn't want to ruin a good night with something for laughs.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like a Turkish delicacy, but I've never eaten it. It didn't look appetizing. So I was content with just taking a photo of it.
Yeah. We call Jwebby J Chicken now.
J Chicken. Jwebby can chicken.
Man, we headed back and we went to meet with our new friend.
Yeah, so this is where it all got so interesting.
Unexpected.
So we walked back to the sandwich shop, Tostu Mamut, and we sat there and we said, oh, listen, we're meeting the guys, the owners, and they're like, oh, really? Like, what are you talking about? Like, where's the owner? He's not here. And we're like, oh, shit. So we messaged him saying, oh, we're here, whatever. And then he says, 15 minutes. No worries. So we sit down. 20 minutes goes by. He messages me in his broken English. 15 minutes. Wait me, like this. I'm like, all right, done. In the meantime, all the kids that are working are talking to us, taking photos, whatever. The owner turns up. Everyone like drops their balls. He's yelling, telling people off, get back behind the counter, whatever. I'm like, no, we're making friends. He's like, no, they shouldn't disturb you. Wow. He's really like hierarchy, like he's the boss, you know? I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Next minute, we're in his car, very nice Peugeot SUV, full on, very luxurious. He's telling us where we're going, a sweet shop. You know, I'm thinking, you know, one of those little corner store baklava shops like you see every second shop in Turkey. Mate, this shop we went to, this restaurant, unbelievable. It looked like a wedding reception from outside. Big glass bay windows, white setting, very, very pretty. And I'm like, wow. Walk inside, there's not a free table. Like I'm talking we got there 10, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
And not a free table. Chock-a-block. And all you can see, like it's open kitchen, so you can see, you know, they're making the sweets and all the kunefe and everything like this. They clear a table for us, yeah, sit. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You know, all these people coming introducing themselves to us. The owner, thank you for being here. What do you mean thank you for being here? Like, thank you for having us. I don't know you, you know? You know, they'll follow us, talk to us, chat to us. And yeah, had some brilliant food. Nutella pistachio.
Oh, so good, man. That was my favorite thing on the menu. That's been my favorite dessert up until now.
Nutella pistachio is
Yeah.
something else, man.
Bro, we have to open a shop back home.
Wait, they should come to Australia. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation. You never know who you bump into. Turns out the owner of Tostu Mahmut's a pretty powerful guy in Turkey. Has a lot of friends. Not only a little back room with a Mr. Burns style Tony Soprano hangout. He's got a lot of power, a lot of friends in Adana, a lot of respect in the community. He does a lot for the community. And it turns out he's a very resourceful man. He does non-for-profit. He looks after his community. He owns shops, multiple businesses, expanding into Amsterdam. Unbelievable. Like this guy, like I literally was thinking of going to a sandwich shop. We got an education last night.
Big shout out to our friend. What did he say to call him? The Ardim?
Kardash.
No, we're Kardash. He's
Abi. He's
So
Abi. He's
our
bigger brother.
Abi, our
Big brother. Kardash, small brother.
We're the younger brothers. So.
Yeah, but it's all respectful and fun. And it was a great night out. A very eye-opening night out because, let's be honest, we didn't have the greatest experience in Antalya. We had a great experience at the start and not so much at the end. So, you know, we're really mixed emotions. These people took us in like family. Drove us around. I didn't know this guy. We literally met him at 4 p.m. He's driving us around. By the end of it, you know, exchanging phone numbers, hanging out, you know, giving me a hug, giving Danny a hug. It was a good night out. But this time it was like 1:30 in the morning. We're meant to be up at 5. Fast forward to now, we slept into 5:30. My bad.
It's all right, man. We're back on the road, back in action.
Next stop, Kotstamanu.
Let's go, Kastamonu. See you guys.
See ya.
Talk soon.